Alright, it is time for another episode of Journey Through Eorzea. I'm your host, Man with Hat, Tiberius Fox. We are in the middle of the Syrcus Tower raids. We just finished Labyrinth of the Ancients, and things are going pretty well. Tangents on the back-end side, been trying to just leave it alone for a long time, but after I saw episode 28 and how it looked, I saw some parts where I was going through the Ruby Road Exchange in Ul'dan. I was like, it just turned to pixels suddenly. I was like, why? And I know that the culprit is mostly YouTube, who insists on compressing my files and turning them into trash, but I since upresed the file into like 2K, I guess, which qualifies for like Ultra HD, and so it compresses it differently, and so I did episode 29 in Ultra HD, even though it's just like a native 1080p file, so... but it looked pretty good, so I'm looking forward. Even my wife, who says she normally can't see anything, was like, "No, that looks good." So we'll just hope that works out. In the meantime, the only downside to it is that the rendering it takes about two to 2.5 times as long as it did originally. You used to be able to get a full render out in 20 minutes. This last time took 45, probably, maybe more. Hard to say. But that's enough about backstory stuff. Let's see what Grahatia has to say and where we're going next. So good of you to join us, Tiberius. Our meeting would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you are ready, we shall debate how to best proceed. The Fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it is time the assembly was called to order. Rambrose will be presiding over the meeting, if you would be so kind as to inform him of our readiness to proceed. Welcome back, Tiberius. I have just been reading a lot about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. For your reference, I have added my own notes to Grahab's preliminary expedition report, and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I shall begin the summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. I wasn't sure. I was like almost thinking it was going to be a voice cutscene, but the framing of the picture isn't right, so. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Tower, we are succeeding in neutralizing the structure's outer defenses before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire. According to Tiberius's account, the labyrinth defenses were mostly emphatically active. Emphatically active. Disturbingly, his report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by elegant technology. In short, our misgivings are well founded. The Crystal Tower is not simply thrust above ground by chaotic shifting the earth, it has somehow been reawoken. If, as it seems increasingly likely, the tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, we will have no choice but to contain them. Short of leveling the place, this will almost certainly involve returning its mechanisms to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work, the answer of which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is what we must go. There is where we must go. A task rather easier said than done, if the perils of the labyrinth are any indication. Then I moved that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such a time as exhaustive analysis of the structure's defenses have been completed. Master Gon, may I entrust this task to you? It will be my pleasure. Don't forget about us. It's like you said, Chief. We found the ironworks to make them sure the technology was used for the right reasons, and that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be able to do our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads, I hope you're ready for some back-breaking chores. Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I am to witness this valiant tale unfold with mine own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. You'll do nothing of the sort, Graha. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garlon's investigation. Looks like a pouty face. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray do not mistake my intent, Tiberius. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for one with your innate talents, however hard I train. But be that as may, I pray do not allow your skills to rust for the disuse during the coming pause. We will need you fighting fit for our subsequent forays as to prove as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of that which has made our time has obscured. Soon, however, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Allegan Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us all focus on tasks at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned. I'm assuming this was meant to be like basically the cap off between like when they released probably Labyrinth and then like a while later than they release you know, Syrcus Tower. Such a terrible mess. Yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I'm beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventurers, old friend. So, this is the legacy the Allegan Empire has left behind. If my readings are correct, the energy source waiting atop the tower is a match even for the ultimate weapon. Nay, more than a match. A new toy for me to play with. Oh. Oh, is it secretly him the whole time? It was secretly Nero the whole time. It's even cute in the Garlean music. I believe the fates had conspired to deny me my just rewards once again, but it would seem that there are greater destiny in mind for me. And so, as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Cid. Do not disappoint me. You think Garleans offer free dental? Just saying, it's showing off a lot of teeth. Just wondering, like, do they offer free dental, or because they're usually in helmets, they don't? You know what I mean? Oh man, we got people here. Ah, it is you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there's nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancient, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said about the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside it. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially? In that manner, the entryway to the principal spire, Syrcus Tower, the Allegans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we are at a loss. It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require me that I loathe to waste, but I have to mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. And you are? Oh, okay, I remember them, like clones of them. I vaguely remember these people, okay. Be at ease, friends, we share the self-same goal. I'm Une, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Allegan civilization sent by the students of Baldessian to assist in your endeavor. Une and Doga. Rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing, but I digress. You claim to be here at the students' behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. Moreover, in light of recent incidents in the Isle of Val, I should think they have rather more pressing concerns. We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure that we are here to help. What is it, Graha? 'Tis nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, 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 this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same. You have the Allegan eye as well. This sanguine hue is said to be the trait unique to the Allegans, yet I inherited it from my father, as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by the fate of Alleg. As your eye has placed upon you the path to walk, so too we come to here to fulfill our destiny. Although absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. It seems to me we have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. You know that I still mean to verify your story with the students of Aldessian, when I am able. I trust there will be no objections? Very well. As of this moment, I name Une and Doga advisory members of NOAA. Without further ado, let us have them examine the Syrcus Tower entrance. I promise you will not have cause to regret your decision. Tiberius, I should be much obliged if you would accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels, and 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray to report to Master Garland. He will brief you of the situation. I shall join you, Tiberius. With Une and Doga's knowledge, along with their uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I am hopeful that we will finally see progress. Yeah, I remember Une and Doga from, like you run into clones of them in the raids. So, let's go that way. Well, let's go this way, though. But neither here nor there. But yeah, I remember them being clones, but I don't remember how they, factored into anything or anything like that. I just remember them being, a small footnote in this. But we will finally have done it again. We will remember why it is, and we will have video evidence of that taking place. So can't do much worse than that, you know what I mean? Or much better than that, I should say. Well, if it isn't Tiberius, eager to enter Syrcus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent, it's been slow going, or rather no going for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. There's a shiny door. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirit, and a couple of new ones besides. Allow me to introduce Une and Doga. They are scholars from ancient Allag, sent here by our friends of Valdesian to aid in the investigation. We understand you have trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. 'Tis our hope that we have been of some small assistance. If your attire is aught to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Syrcus Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through this proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is we can't get it open. It is sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via the orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a magitech cannon. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less effective a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it, a man and a woman, respectant Allegan royalty by my judgment. Precisely who these individuals were, we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it is purely decorative. If you're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's of no use. Just ask the calluses on my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed, why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? These guys are really convenient. I don't remember what their relevance is to this exactly, but it's very convenient for them to just show up and be like, yeah, we'll open the super strong magic barrier door. I mean, it's cool and helpful, but like, I hope they explain who they are and why they're here. I hope they have some sort of relevance here besides just like, oh yeah, it just happened. I don't think any of us expected that to happen. Seven hells, what is this? What did you do? What are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Is it... I was going to say something clever. Its virtue guided by gates impregnable, only to those who royal blood answerable, exactly as passed down through the legend. I am delighted to see. Was that Nero? I was gonna say, he's talking about piercing the heavens. I was like, it's a Gurren Lagann. Because, I mean, it could be Gurren Lagann. Nero's not cool enough to be in Gurren Lagann, though. I beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero, you're still alive? Garland, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you weren't happy to see me. But I jest. In light of your recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is for all intents and purposes defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land of Eorzea, a regular itinerant? I can't pronounce it, I don't know. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch the wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? He has something weird about his face, though. If you're suspicious of my intent, 'tis only my just deserts, but I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these 2 odd characters. As you doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was a symbol of the ancient Alleg's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You mean to say that these 2 are descended of ancient Allegan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of Allegan ingenuity. Clones, I believe the name your creators gave your kind. Is that not so? 'Twould seem the time for concealment is past. I only know you for like 20 minutes. I don't know why we're pretending like it's new. All we know is for so long. Pray accept our apologies. 'Twas not our intent to deceive. We simply wish to avoid causing an undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There is much and more to tell. I mean, we can. I could just go fight Syrcus Tower, too. I don't mind. Very well. Seven hells. Do you seriously mean to follow us around? Come, Garland. You know me better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? An elegant tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you, and a deal more besides. It used to be a jealously guarded property in the 14th Legion, but now it's yours. I wish you joy of it. I look toward working together, old friend. If you are ready to listen, then we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader, Rambrose, may wish to be present. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you will have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Baldessian. Nay, we are clones, copies of people who once existed, given life through elegant technology. This is rather a lot to take in. If it would not be considered unseemly, might I ask you and yours were created? More specifically, what it is that you now seek to do? Answering your questions requires we revisit elegant history. Pray bear with us. The Elegant Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as a symbol of elegant pride. Parents took their children there that they might learn how the nigh limitless energy brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In the matter of generations, the elegant civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and the frontier lands were given over to the wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it in his mission to restore Alec to greatness. Aemon was his name. I know all about it. And he believed that the ailing empire wanted but a potent ruler, and none was more potent than his founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot mean Emperor Xande. None other. As part of his experiments, Aemon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are products of that experiment, copies of Une and Doga. Historical texts mention the reigns of 2 elegant emperors named Xande. It was commonly believed that the second was a namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike, to think that the two were in fact one and the same. Aye, Xande returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more, and true to Aemon's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to glory at once anew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that. In his previous life, the Emperor decided to bring the entire world under elegant dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Xande turned his sights toward the forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility. Darkness again? Seven hells. What is it with maniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust for power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all. Would that you were right, Master Garland. Alas, Emperor Xande is very much alive. Within Syrcus Tower he still abides, his ambition burning all more ardently for his empire's collapse. This guy was like a big deal. And like when you kill him like 1,000 times, like needlessly, it just kind of like seems kind of dull. Makes him kind of seem cheap, you know what I mean? Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment this shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched to the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it into the tower below. However, miscalculation resulted in the energy surge that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence and the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbral Era. In the blink of an eye, the mighty Allegan Empire was laid to waste. Yet even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Xande's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state they were to remain until the time they're ripe to awaken. Eras came and went. After millennia of lying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the seventh Umbral Calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Xande awakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by the corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. This is going to include the World of Darkness, isn't it? I didn't think it did, because I thought it showed World of Darkness as a new Game Plus thing, but it must be the third part of the Alliance raids, I guess. I just never really thought about it that way. 'Tis of no other purpose to put an end to Xande's madness that we exist. This is the mantle that we have inherited from our namesakes, the true Une and Doga. Fearing what might befall the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave us their will, and that we might carry on their mission should they fail. When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action. Concluding that we alone could not overcome Xande, we struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over. 'Tis no ordinary man who can put a path through the labyrinth of the ancients. With you as our champion, Tiberius Fox, we are confident we can put an end to Xande's dark ambition once and for all. Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my chagrin aside, I see now that why you knew about the students at Baldessian among a host of other things. You were observing our investigation the whole time. So what do we do, Tiberius? The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens we're an expert at saving it. I mean, that's what I kind of do, you know what I mean? Yep, that's right, we punch our fist. That's right, you know, our open hand. You have eternal gratitude. Together let us see the Allegan's Empire's dark past laid to rest. It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allegan civilization, but what worth is the knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the tower's secrets may become lost to us, but the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends Une and Doga, living, breathing Allegans. And so I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Syrcus Tower. Its dark secrets must never know the light of day. Tiberius, as it did for us with the Labyrinth of Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Xande himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Syrcus Tower from the outside world. To work, then. He walks like an elf, kinda. Wait, there's something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean... You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. The elegant eye you called it, but to us is the royal eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in the possessed of royal blood. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. All will be revealed in due time. Got some Sharingan type stuff going on out here. Grati is like a Kakashi sighted dude. Except he actually owned the eye to begin with. My apologies, I've given you cause to worry. I'm quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there has been much to me to think on. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Syrcus Tower awaits us. Double nod. Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Zandai himself included. This will afford us the chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. We're going in, boys. In the pipe 5x5. Yes. Alright, you guys know the song. It's time to dance. So let's go ahead and, you know, actually, can't I just use this thing? No? Well, you know, I'm going around. I don't care. I'm a real man. Who's this? Miku Rain Storm. Level 67 Dragoon. Alright. Syrcus Tower with a party of other players. Alright. 21 minutes average wait time. Well, if I don't get a chance to, I already uploaded episode 29 today. So, after the super long render, so. If I get a chance to do this tonight, that's cool. If not, I'll see about doing it next time and then I'll upload it. So. Shouldn't be too big of an issue, but. Alright, we'll see if it pops. If it pops now or it pops tomorrow or whatever, we're gonna go into Syrcus Tower, we're gonna whoop Zandy, and we're gonna show Amon that his hat now belongs to me, it is my hat, and he can deal with it. Alright, that took about 15 minutes, and I had an instant pop fail. It popped and then disappeared, like in a blink of an eye. I had never seen it like that before. Usually at least get like a half second. I didn't even get like a half second. But it's time, we're going in. 15 minutes wasn't too bad. I mean, it's only just before midnight, so depending on how things go, it could be alright. Oh, DPS, don't you let me down. You are all paying attention. You had a double pop. Come on. I am sighing so hard internally right now. Please go. No! Alright, third time's the charm. Come on, man. It's Syrcus Tower. It ain't rocket science. Come on. Healer. Yes. Finally. Man, I've done Syrcus Tower so many times, but it's just like, there's like the music and the whole thing. I've not done this one before, thanks in advance for your patience. Dude, respect. Let's have a good time. Let's go through and do some cool stuff. That guy's got a Moogle bow. Alright, peeps, I know you're all secretly following me this whole time, so it's okay. I've got the hat, I understand. It's easy to follow me, right? So, we'll see how we're doing. Alright, we'll go this way. Just because I feel like being different. Let's see, what kind of team comp we got? We got Bard me, Gunbreaker, White Mage, Scholar, Rep Scholar, Monk, 2 Dragoons, and a Pictomancer. I still like have a hard time even accepting that Pictomancer is a real thing. It just seems so strange to me. What do I know, you know what I mean? Just a simple caveman lawyer or whatever you want to say. Yeah. Oh, we gotta do like this. One of these, one of those. Let's sit back and shoot this thing. Yeah, when I had it rendered out at like 1440 or whatever, it looked a lot better than it did before. Let's do one of these. Hiya! I can't even see what's going on. There's so many effects though. But when I was originally looking at it, I was like, it was just garbled garbage. And I was like, well, hopefully it won't do that anymore. Alright. We actually do it? Okay. I know sometimes people get ready to run to the next thing, and then it turns out like, oh, well, you can't do that actually, because there's another boss we haven't fought, so. Sorry. Hey, a lot of sprouts in this run. I'm not saying there's none, but like, I mean, look at all the sprouts. Like, almost every person in front of me is a sprout. In fact, except for Ophelia here, everybody's a sprout. I don't know what, like, being a sprout actually entails. Like, what does it take to be a sprout anymore? This one, I think, is the one where there's ice. And people get frozen, and then the people with the fire charms on them. Oh, hang on, just gonna take this one right here. Yeah, that's right. I loosely remembered mechanics on this one. Probably because I paid more attention in Syrcus Tower. Oh yeah, they thought they could. You know, you can't take it there. It's full. It's full, you fool. You gotta run it to a different one. You can't just keep doing it over and over again. You gotta spread out the love. I just took that one because it was the closest one, but shows what I was doing. See if we can kill some of these stabs. I can't remember if there's like a relevance to the stabs or not. Like, you have to kill them, or is it more of just like a safety thing? Run, Bell Pepper, run! Oh, you keep stopping. Stop stopping, you people. Okay. Like right now, see that guy's frozen. The guy with the fireball thing should run it. I think you can outrun it at ice, but I'll give people their small buff. I know they'll appreciate it. They love it. Come on, Scylla. It's like 4 otters on her face or something. Alright. So far, so good. Alright, what we got? I don't really need any of this stuff. This helmet looks cool. Unfortunately, I can't use it because I have the greatest hat in existence, but you know, it's the principle that counts. Alright. Well, even if they don't want to do it. Oh, it's a dragon. I always forget about the dragon. Oh no, it's more Doga clones. I wonder if they're gonna mention that into this. Like, oh yeah, hey, don't mind us. Just more clones showing up. Not a big deal at all. Super easy, barely an inconvenience, you know. I like white hair. Not that I can really tell with all the magic, what have you, going on. I know you can turn down particle effect stuff. I think I did it once, but it might be only on my console version. I'm not sure. Yeah, but there is a fight in this raid that I straight up do not know. I think, is this the one? This might be it. Yeah, it's one with the platforms. So this has mechanics. I have straight up never done them. I've never seen them. I've never seen a video about them. This fight was already getting rushed through by the time I got to it, like less than a year later. So by 2014, people already weren't doing the mechanics of this fight. Like there's towers and you're supposed to jump around or something, I think, and everything. No one ever does that. We just burn the boss down and that's it. At some point I want to know, like, what were the actual mechanics of this fight? Glacia Labilis. I want to know. Inquiring minds truly do want to know. I need to know. Because no one actually pays any attention. No one does any of this stuff. Everyone just does this and burns him down to the ground every time. I mean, I can't even imagine in a universe where he actually was hard. Like, that's the crazy part, right? Like, you do this enough times, you're just like, oh yeah. Only thing I do is when these things show up, I like stand in them, right? And you stand him and that like locks it down so that he can't get stronger or whatever. But that is the only mechanic I have ever done on this fight. Like, I'll do this, right? But that is literally the only mechanic I ever did in this fight. Like, I don't know how much of a big difference that actually makes. As no one else seems to care, you know what I mean? What do we got? We got Guardian's Breaches of Maiming and Celia's Gloves of Casting. I don't care about either of those. Oh, more dragons. What about some sweet skills here? I'll stand in the middle of this chaos and just shoot arrows. Oh, I guess marked. I don't know what it means. Alright. Oh, he's the one that's gonna get fireballed. Yep. Hawaka. Everybody suddenly has a jog on, and they're all very happy about it. Is that about that time? I think it is. Why? Is this the one, the only, well, I mean, depending on how you look at it, I mean, you know, technically, whatever. But it is Amon. This is another fight that I'm not like, there's only one mechanic in this entire fight I know, really. Otherwise, it's just, okay, ads show up, kill ads, right? And then make sure you're hiding behind like this rock when Final Curtain gets done. That is the only mechanics this fight I actually know. I don't know anything else about it. Zero. Now we're just gonna shoot this guy. See if we can't help a little bit, no? Oh no. I don't know where you need to go, but I know you don't want to be there. What we gotta do is just make sure I'm paying attention when the rock shows up. God knows, there have been times where I just was not paying attention. There's like 30 people standing behind a rock, and I'm like, what are we doing? And then all of a sudden I look over, I'm like, oh, I need to get over there, and I sprint for it, and it's just like, it's all over, you know? Got that guy with another of those. So far, so good. I think we're burning him down pretty adequately, actually. Kicka-nicka-bicka. Alright, there we go. Time. I don't know if these things can, like, get destroyed by these things, kind of like the knight in Labyrinth. I don't know what they're doing exactly. Oh, I think they changed the people that are frogs. And so far, so good. I mean, you know, I will say, Amon here, though, his head has like a little, I'm not sure if mine looks better or his looks better. He's got the OG, but I think his is just kind of hollow, like looks like actual feathers. Whereas mine's kind of like this big plumage. But, I mean, you see his is like just kind of like a hollow looking feather. Doesn't really matter because mine looks better anyway. Amon's coat, don't even need it. Completely irrelevant. We did it, we can retire it. I don't know what they're talking about. Faith and higher humanity restored. I need to know. What did we miss? Good job. This means the final Syrcus Tower run ever, right? No. No, it is not. Oh, there's Zandy. He looking... He reminds me of that guy from Mishura's Rat. Alright. I know he was saying stuff, but I was reading the chat in the bottom left. So a bad person, so forgive me. Me and Bell Pepper here. Alright. Alright. This one I actually remember mechanics for, because I've died on it a few times. I admit nothing necessarily. Just saying, I might have died a time or two on the Amon fight. I do remember one time where we wiped on like the shooting, the meteors are coming down, you have to destroy like the beacons or whatever. And I remember a time we like could not kill it fast enough, like early on when I was playing the game. And yeah, it was a bad time, you know. That was a funny time though. Oh, that guy just getting like an absolute stomp. Alright. Oh. Time to refresh them dots. Probably getting ready to teleport away. Hey, look, you know, he teleported away. Alright, the other thing should show up like over here. Everyone knows. Everyone knows it was coming. Hit it with some songs. But yeah, no, I do legitimately remember a time when we failed this part. Like, we just could not do it. We got all of them but one. And I don't remember if it was the middle one. I think it was. And then just like, we're all just attacking the crap out of it. And it just like was not falling fast enough. Like, we were basically failing the DPS check. Alright, get up closer, get up closer, get up closer. You don't want to be far away for this one. Alright, so you want to be on top of this. It hits the ground. Oh no, see that guy, he didn't know what was going on. He left early. He shouldn't have done that. Poor guy. He didn't even know. Feels like me trying to play any of the Dawn Trail dungeons I've only done like one time, and I don't remember how to do anything. Alright, he's back up in his throne again. Doing the star circlets again. So good. This is actually going extremely well. Except for that one guy who died. That was a subpar thing. Yeah, I remember like at one point there was that we did this so fast, everyone was so used to doing this, that they I didn't even know there were meteors because I never saw them. Like, I just thought, I was like, oh, we're destroying these things, but I don't know why. And I think it was one of those times like the one we were doing where we failed, where I was like, oh, they're meteors. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. But like, if you didn't know that, right, you're just like, why are we attacking these things? I don't understand. But it was revealed. It was a cool time. Oh, we're LBing. Everybody's dropping their fattest bravers they can. Alright. Alright. Suck it, Zandy. That's a big throne. I have one of those in my house, just not that big. I completely forgot that's what it's from, too. Alright, Syrcus Tower complete. I can't believe I didn't realize that World of Darkness was part of this. It just seems so disjointed and different from the rest that I never thought about it. I'm just gonna leave out of here, actually, before... I'll give the player comm, but... Where's Bell Pepper? Oh wait, she's a clown? Man, I don't know about that. I'm gonna give it to this Dragoon, because she's wearing, like, level 50 gear. Sorry, Bell Pepper, you look like a jester, and that's not as cool as I want it to be. Alright, let's see what's up. This cutscene I haven't seen in literally like a decade. Oh, is that the rift to the opening to the World of Darkness? Okay. Tiberius. Machinations! You did it. You defeated Emperor Xande. Empires rise and fall, but man's indefatigable, I've never been able to pronounce that word. Indefatigable spirit lives ever on. Truly you are a champion we'd hoped for, Tiberius Fox. With Emperor Xande now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. What are you playing at now, Nero? In case you haven't noticed, Garlon, these are dangerous surrounds. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you needn't mind me. I am perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do. There are two ways we may seal off Syrcus Tower, either isolate it from the outside world, or cripple its ability to produce energy. The choice of method is yours to make. Before you proceed, however, Doga and I must needs attend to a task. That distortion, what is that? Oh, that's like a void gate. The power that Xande sought to obtain comes from the void, the power of darkness, the world of darkness, or the world of dankness if you're an absolute Chad. Other people called it the world of dankness, yeah, absolutely. And the true nature of that power is none other than our armies of void sent. Void sent feed on Aether, as you may already know, and no plane is richer in it than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Xande entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Void Sent could fully enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being of the Emperor's lineage, Une and I believe that we can annul it. By his blood, Xande sealed the Dark Pact. By our blood, it shall be undone. It is time. Yes, Doga. Finally we may fulfill our purpose. Meanwhile, he's in the background causing trouble. I'm sure. That's pretty maniacal looking face there, buddy. Oh, be still, my beating heart. For a moment I feared this outing would end in disappointment, but my readings were not mistaken. Not even the ultimate weapon compares to this. What are you going on about? The covenant is everlasting. It's Sauron the whole time. And there's evil versions of them showing up. What shenanigans, I tell you. He's a big dude. And so Mara City is brought into the fold. Soon all the world shall be united under Allegan rule. And yet with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid, an endless void bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, I did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its ravening claws have scarred my soul for an eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will, you cannot fathom my rage, my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when all it must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If man has nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. I don't remember, like, any of this. Like Xande actually having dialogue and stuff. Harvest more power, that the gate might be thrown full open. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness. Man, powerful people getting bored is like a real problem. I mean, if you look at it, oh, yep. Dope. Well done. Tiberius, pull yourself together. Is there no end to them? What in the seven hells is happening? Oh, now it's time for you to pull yourself together, buddy. Not now, damn it. Meanwhile, Sid, an absolute G unit, apparently. G unit. Oh no! I spoke too soon. They do be having a lot of them, though. Nero, was he part of your grand plan too? Save your japes, Garland. I didn't put up your arrogant face to play with your worthless clones. Something controls them, a void scent, and no ordinary one at that. Doga. Oh, it's eating him. See, I remember any of this. It nom-nom-nommed him. I was gonna nom-nom-nom her too. It's gonna be like perfect cell. Confound. Oh man, he's even saying confound. My goodness. Confound it. Without them, there's no way to master the darkness. That power is mine. Guy's such an idiot. He's smart technically, but also like dumb in general. I mean, that was a sweet move. I'll give him that. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. You're getting ganked as well. Nero! Just flips him the bird as he gets pulled into the thing. The covenant shall be honored. This is serious stuff going on. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void. Later. Oh, there I go. Herg. Bleh. Damn it, the rift is gone. What are we supposed to do now? As much as it pains me to leave without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the find and consult Rambrose. Alright, let's go talk to a Rambrose. I don't need any other bros if I've got Rambrose, you feel me? But yeah, like all that dialogue, like... So I have the Encyclopedia Eorzea volumes 1 and 2. I never bought 3, but I'll probably buy it eventually. Then again, if they have volume 4 that just goes over to Entree, I might skip that one, I don't know. But, yeah, they talk about, like, Zandy and the... I think I was confusing World of Darkness for, Void Ark. I think that's the reason I was getting confused earlier, too, by the way I was thinking about it. Because Void Ark has kind of got, you know, similar sort of motif in a way. But, yeah, like, it talks about Zandy and it talks about everything else, and I've read it a few times, or at least tried to read through it a few times. I usually get distracted by something and don't get a chance to finish it, but that is neither here nor there. It's a great coffee table book, though. Alright, let's see what Rambrose's got to say about this desperate situation. All this happened within the tower? Gods preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate. Of this I am certain. There exist myriads of void sent. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through. It would seem that Xande sought to open a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness entry into our world. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what this void scent is capable of. However dreadful he may be, we can't abandon our friends. Is there no way to save them? I will not lie to you, Master Garland. The situation is bleak. Though Voidsent can enter our world, instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friends are still alive. Damn it, it feels so helpless. No, I refuse to give up. We must save Doga and Unai. We share the same eye, 'tis true, but not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them fulfill their mission, a mission whose burden they have borne for thousands of years, and besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. It's like the same pose Sasuke does in Naruto. So long as Zande's dark covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis our duty to prevent the world from the worst from coming to pass. Graha, ever since meeting Une and Doga, have you not quite been yourself? Tell me true, is all well with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I know only that there is a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me that the truth of our eye rests with Alleg. That answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I'm with Graha. However slim the odds, we must try to save Une and Doga. I, and that bastard Nero as well, if only to make certain that he won't make any more mischief. You have the right of it. Though we have known them but briefly, Doga and Unai are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts in literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yet know that may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. This is cool because this gives setup to the Endwalker postgame too, when you're helping Zero and stuff. Because you're like, no, I've been to the World of Darkness once, you know. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray rest now while you can, for when the time comes to gather our friends, we must be in no less than full strength. We'll say them yet, Tiberius. Mark my words. All right. So with that, we got Syrcus Tower done, which is going pretty long. This little tangent's been pretty good. There's more to this than I remember, and honestly, it's kind of cool because I've gone to World of Darkness a bunch of times, but I don't actually remember like what that entailed exactly, like how you got there, and especially when I was doing the Endwalker like post game, I didn't remember like how we got there, or like I remember going there and fighting the Cloud of Darkness. 'Cause I've done it dozens of times, but I'm like, how did we get there? I don't remember any of that. So now we're kind of re-experiencing that, and that's pretty cool. So there's a lot of little things like that in the game, so I'm happy about that. Also, I was realizing the theme of like Nero being as part of like the raids, like how I think it's the Omega raids or whatever. It's him and Sid again. But anyway, as you know, it is that time, which is then till next time.